Good afternoon. Somebody wasn't prepared on this side. I uh I just didn't have the right page up, the right web page up to flip over and how all professional and exact I have to be. No, I was fumbling trying to get to it. Otherwise it wouldn't have taken that long, and I was making sure not to knock over a full cup of coffee into my keyboard or a full bottle of juice. So I'm moving the coffee and putting the lid on the juice as I speak because, well, Murphy's Law and all. Anyway, so I know I've tweeted a bunch of stuff out today. I haven't paid real super close attention to it. Been busy with other stuff. But I have been trying to pay attention to it, and I do know one thing that I wanted to mention is the president, I believe it was the president of the Czech Republic, had come out and said that the Novichok, that the same chemical agent that was used against the Skripals in the Skripal case, he said that that particular agent is produced in the Czech Republic. Okay. And I found that very interesting. And uh, so now all of a sudden, the UK is saying that once again that I think they're saying that they don't believe it is what they're saying, that they don't believe it. Of course, it's still the Russians' fault. I'll tell you what, they're going down a very bad road here. They really are, because you can only pull this off so many times, right? And so anytime anything happens now, it seems like they're pointing the finger at Russia and blaming Russia and saying, well, they did it. They're the ones at fault. And they're even doing it before any investigation can be done. And they've been doing this for years now. And it's a very dangerous precedent, especially in this country where, our economy is extremely strained. Pretty much everything is strained in this country, and to sit there and poke at other countries, I can't see that as a benefit. I mean, I understand the profit of war, and I get that. But, in order to profit in war, you have to have the upper hand to an extent, and we just don't. We just don't. And largely the reason why is because, our the what am I thinking of here? The global currency, right? Global currency default. I'm not thinking of the right word here, but it's the U.S. dollar, right? And here's the thing. That is being threatened very severely by everything from the why am I drawing brain farts right now? I guess it's better than the other kind. What is it they call that? Help me out here. The BRICS. Thank you. I know she didn't say nothing, but I'll thank her anyway. The BRICS. The BRICS nations. They are putting a lot of stress on it, and dare I say, crypto is putting a lot of stress on it. The fact that other countries are now trading oil in different currencies is a huge strain on it. You've got Russia and China buying up precious metals like there's no tomorrow. And I sit here and I think about this because it takes money, folks. War costs money. And so I'm sitting there and I'm playing out the roles in this country. And like, okay, in World War II, that was known for when the women really hit the workforce. In World War II, and there was so much industry that was actually converted. It was industries that may have had one task, but then they got set to do another task to be able to make bombs or this or that for the war effort. And so I think in my mind, and I play out that scenario in today's times, and it's like, wait a minute here. Where are they going to get the funds to pay them? taking a sip of coffee, but I'll let you answer if you'd like, because I'm stumped. Because, see, we don't have the gold. We don't have the resources to be able to pay. So, and I could be wrong with this. I could be totally off base, but, and I understand that we're already kind of in a depression, that the only reason why we're not appearing to be in depression is because of debt. I get that. But wouldn't that throw us into an absolute hardcore depression? Especially when the countries that we are, loaning money from to be able to keep that debt going, keep that debt spreading, are the same countries we'd be at war with. It's food for thought. But I don't see any benefit out of this, and maybe that's the whole game. Whether or not Russia's a part of it, whether or not China's a part of it, I don't know. Hell, I'm still trying to figure out this North Korea stuff. I mean, you talk about confusion, and that's often what the enemy does. A smart enemy, anyway, will try to confuse you. And man, they are doing a hell of a job at it. How about we get some housekeeping done real quick, and I'll read through the Twitter news. I don't really have anything in particular to rant about today. Like I said, I've been kind of busy doing things. I've been kind of busy trying to get stuff kind of in places where we've got room to move again, and yeah. So let's see. Let me go ahead and start up, and a lot of the stuff is going to be the same. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it. Um, YouTube, same place, 2982, same place as it was yesterday. We don't do much on YouTube. And again, I'm not quite sure why that's 2182 because it was 15 something, and I know that 15 something is what was my part of Smitty's last super chat, just his last one. I know there was one like a couple of days before the last one. That should be coming out on this coming payment. That's coming this month. But then there should have been one left over, and it was like 15 something, and now it's like 2982, and we don't make like that kind of money on this channel. I know it's not any amount of money, but we don't make that kind of money on this channel. We're lucky to get like what, $3 maybe or something, $2-3 I think at the end of the month. So anyway, and you'll see that. I'll keep you guys. I told you I'd be doing this every day. As you can see, nobody's clicked on the ads on the website. I'm sure Evil would if he could, but he can't. So what I'm talking about, for those that may not know, we've on the WatchmanNews.com, we've got ads, and you don't have to buy nothing, sign nothing up, nothing like that. You just click on the stupid ad, and it registers it, right? All you do is click on the ad, it registers it, and it throws just a little bit of money in our AdSense account here. So we've already got enough in our balance to reach our threshold to get a payment. It's been 2 years since the last payment. 2.5 years, something like that, since the last payment. So we've reached the threshold to get a payment. Woohoo! And so there is a little bit of YouTube that will be coming in, and I'll show you that when it gets in. So, but again, this is something I'm doing every day because I want to be totally transparent about what happens, what we're doing, what we're buying, where the funds go that come in for this show. Let's see. By the way, speaking of that, today, now again, there's 2 water filter systems I'm going to be doing, showing you how to make on the show. One of them is an emergency water filter system. That I still have to get stuff for. That's not a big deal. That's coming towards the end of the month when this balance here gets set loose. Or we may be able to get it before. I don't know. We'll see. But we were able to order water filter elements and a spigot and a fitting and all that. Now all I need is buckets and a couple other little fitting things, and we'll be good to go. And I'll be doing a countertop water filter, and I'll be showing you guys how to make a very inexpensive or relatively inexpensive countertop water filter system, gravity feed, similar to something like a Berkey, that will provide you good, clean drinking water, and much better than what you're going to get out of a tap. And believe it or not, it doesn't break the bank. It's not that bad. But I've got most of the components in today for that. Everything I had ordered came in today. So, with the exception of still waiting on the doggo trailer. That's UPS, so you know how they are. So that's where we are on AdSense right now, and I don't expect that to change. Well, that won't change until they add in the YouTube from last month. So um, I believe they'll be doing that anytime, I guess, between like the 10th and the 15th is my guess. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the Twitter stuff, and we'll get it out of the way. And then, like I said, we're going to keep it a short monologue. I can't think, unless there's something here that I just kind of skipped over that I tweeted out. You never know. Oh, yeah, there is something for me to talk about. My apologies. There is most definitely something for me to talk about. Let me get the Twitter out of the way and then rant on. Let's see. Oh, yeah. You can't miss this. You absolutely cannot miss this. In fact, we're gonna read this. This ain't what I'm gonna rant about, but this would be like a whole weekend of rants. Mystery of serial pooper at New Jersey high school field solved. It was the superintendent. Wait for it. I shit you not. Sorry, I couldn't resist. But okay, so Project Retest has recently been doing a series of videos about New Jersey school systems, right? And about how they're protecting abusive teachers, the union is protecting abusive teachers and all that. In fact, we watched a video on the show about it the other night. So when I seen this headline, I was like, holy cow. So anyway, it's a pretty short article. We'll dive in. It was a disturbingly normal discovery for the students and faculty at Holmdel High School in New Jersey. Human feces on or near the track and football field found before the school day began. The school administrators turned to law enforcement to launch a whodunit investigation. Didn't do. Thursday, they got an answer. The school district superintendent, Thomas Tramaglini, I'm sure I got that way off, 42, has led the Kenilworth School District since August of 2015. He was arrested at 5:50 a.m. Monday after he was seen defecating on the football field. The Holmdel School Resource Officer was alerted by Holmdel High School staff and coaches that they were finding human feces on or near the area of the high school track/football field on a daily basis, Holmdel police said in a statement. The resource officer and school staffers monitored the area and were able to identify a subject responsible for the acts, the statement continued. Tramaglini was charged with the public urination or defecation, discarding and dumping of litter, and lewdness, according to a Holmdel police spokesman. He has been placed on leave and is scheduled to appear in Holmdel Municipal Court on Monday. Wow. The superintendent of the schools. Let that sink in. Seriously, it's out there dripping or something. Let that sink in. Wow. That's nuts. That's nuts. Salisbury Center on lockdown as police investigate suspicious white powder package. Somebody's cocaine. Abbas says he respects Judaism, had no intention to offend Jews. What? Jen found that humorous. He's I think Abbas is like something to do with Palestine, the Palestinians, and he made some kind of a statement, I guess, that was offended the Jews. I guess there was butt hurt involved. I'm sure there was Kleenexes and cry closets and safe spaces. So now somebody's going to have to pay the restitution because there's a per hour rent on those cry closets. Let's see. Swedish Academy won't award Nobel Literature Prize in 2018 amid sex scandal. Turkish cargo ship collides with Greek warship in Aegean Sea. OPCW unable to determine amount of nerve agent in Salisbury. U.S. could halt funding white helmets due to facts of Duma provocations. You hear this? That is a remarkable statement. Remarkable statement. And I hope all those people are eating their words right now that were saying that they were just jumping on the white helmet bandwagon for everything it had. Namely because their government was telling them that Assad was gassing his own people and yada yada. The white helmets have been carrying out the dirty deeds for a long time. Terrorist acts plotted in Russia were coordinated from abroad. Oh, just wait till I get to what I'm saving for you. Trump says, I'd love to speak to Mueller. UK considers Russia behind Skripal poisoning despite Zeman's statements. Right? So it doesn't matter. The facts don't matter. Russia did it. The facts do not matter. Russia did it. So here's another situation to where the U.S. government, and I know that was the U.K., but the U.S., U.K., it's just a letter away. And the thing is there's another case that probably long forgotten in most people's minds, that we were lied about continually and still getting lied to about. Very interesting stuff. Very, very interesting stuff. Let me go pull this link up real quick. It won't take me but a second here. This was shared to me this morning by my buddy in town here that's got the computer shop. And he gave me this link. And, at first when I seen it, I just, I looked at to be honest, I looked at the website and I'm like, yeah. Not that I think he would give me any misinformation. Don't misunderstand me there. I know better than that. He would not give me misinformation. But there's some websites that I look at the name and it's like, yeah, okay. DC Clothesline is the website. Anything like Red Flag News or DC Clothesline or RepublicansOrUs.com, stuff like that. Or it could be on the liberal side too, right? It doesn't matter. If it's a website with an agenda, direct agenda, automatically 9 times out of 10 I won't even click. But because of the content of this and because I had a feeling it was going to lead me to the video itself, I thought, why not? LV MPD officer inside Paddock's room. We do not have a broken window. Let me repeat that. We do not have a broken window. See, Stephen Paddock had bullets that were so high tech, right? They could break the glass, pass through it, turn around and repair the glass, and then go kill a bunch of people. Right? That's some high-tech nonsense there. When you hear things like this, you're like, oh, now, come on. Really? Because, I know we watched video of that night at length. I know that. Right? And I can't definitively tell you that I seen a broken window up there. I can't tell you that because I didn't see a broken window up there. Did not. Absolutely did not. What I did see is a helicopter flying around that had a bunch of bright flashes coming from it. What I did see is video from other individuals that had a bunch of bright flashes coming from different floors. But what I did not see that night is a broken window on whatever floor. Now, I know the next day we all seen it. The world's seen it. They made damn sure of that. So let's go ahead and let me go ahead and read this, and I'm going to play the video. Officer Warren body camera footage from the night of the 1 October massacre reveals no broken windows or curtains blowing in the wind inside Stephen Paddock's 32nd floor Mandalay Bay hotel room suite, contradicting the official narrative. Now they're saying 32nd floor. I couldn't remember. My apologies. But let me explain something to you. When you're 32 floors up, right, you're gonna have a breeze. Okay, there is going to be a breeze. Either that curtain's going to be blowing in, or it's going to be getting sucked out of an open window, right? Or broken window. It doesn't matter. It's either going to be blown in or sucked out. One of the two. Period. You would be hard pressed to be on a 37th or 32nd floor and not have any type of breeze whatsoever. That's like insane. We do not have a broken window, one of the officers named Corey clearly states after making entry into room 32-135. Stand by. We've got curtains open for a window that's not broken, another voice can be heard saying in the video as officers frantically pull back the curtains. It's not broken. Corey, it's not, one of the officers makes clear. Additionally, another officer makes a rather odd statement which alludes to the fact that the shooter had merely set something up by the window. There's another one, a gun, over here by the window he was setting up with, he stated, as if no shooting took place from the room, which may have been just some type of command center to control the air assault via helicopters. Now that's a link, and again, this is DC Clothesline. So, and I'm not saying that's not how it went down. I'm just saying that let's stick with the facts here, because that's enough. Right? We don't have to go down any rabbit holes or anything like that. We can stick with the facts right now that we have, and it's enough. Officers also state that there was 1,013 high-powered weapons found in the room. 1,013. How in the hell did you fit 1,013 weapons into that room? And who the hell was the football team that helped this guy carry them up there? All right, let me switch over to the video here, and I will play this. And I know I'm probably gonna get hit for it, but that's okay. Okay, and I'm gonna try to turn the volume up so you guys can really hear it clearly, or as best as possible.
We've got probably at least 10 high-powered weapons in this room.
Next. Sarge, what do you got going there?
We have this contained. There is no need for anybody else up here. If there's other situations going on, then let's address those. We're a code 4 here. We've got patrol units that are clearing down the right.
Hey, here, I can't tell what direction this room is. Let me get to a window and see.
Hey!
What do you need, Levi?
Sarge!
Here, man.
We do not have a broken window.
Well, no, there's several rooms in here for you. You remember, one window right where that curtain is right by the door.
Okay, stand by. We've got curtains open on a window that's not broken.
It's us. Corey, it's us. Tell us us.
We have to go ahead. I'm up here in the room.
Go ahead, Todd. that?
Already done, it's right here.
Is it? Okay. They had security down at the elevator banks as well. You got it?
Here, man.
Copy that. Do you want me to send you a photo? You want me to do that over there right now? I've got his wallet.
Let me contact the hotel and get the elevators going.
Security's right here. They're right outside the door, Corey.
Okay.
I'd say that's pretty close.
I counted 13 long terms this year.
Oh, yeah, there's a scope on my hand.
There's one right over here by the window that he was setting up with.
Charles, we're going to copy some information on a potential lead, possibly related to the suspect. There was a player's card that was out on the countertop next to the wallet of the suspect that's 419 break. It is a M-Life Platinum player's card with the name of Mary Lou Danley.
So there you go. Very, very interesting. No broken windows. And, you know, I kind of have a problem with anybody that wants to say, oh, that was altered. And the reason why is because there's certain details that I wouldn't expect to be in there if there was altered audio. For instance, at the very end of that video, he's talking about finding a card on the counter, right? A player's card for the casino. And what name did he say? Mary Lou Daniel. So, I can only assume that this is the smoking gun if there ever was one when it comes to the Las Vegas shooting. But we'll see what happens with it. I'm a little voice here, and you're going to see, because I know others have been talking about it today, you're going to see others speak about it. Much, much, much bigger voices than I. But I don't expect it to get anywhere. I do not expect it to get anywhere. And that's the problem. And I wonder if that's part of the PSYOP. Because for people, and when I say people, I mean the masses, to not be absolutely up in arms about this stuff speaks volumes to those in power. Because if they can pull something like this off, and you don't have hordes of people with torches and pitchforks demanding answers, they can do anything they damn well want. I'm going to say it again because of now doing the monologues, and I've been putting the monologues up on D Live, and they're getting a decent response there, we need at least 10,000 people at each state capital in each state. At least. That pales in comparison to one ball game, folks. Pales in comparison. At least 10,000 people at the state capitals in each of the 50 states. Demanding that the criminals that are holding our country hostage, because we are the government, the criminals that are holding our country hostage leave. And we can figure out what to do with them later. Trials, tribunals, whatever. But they're not going to take us serious if we're not taking us serious. If we're more worried about TV shows and ball games than we are this country, then we deserve every damn thing we get. That's a fact. Anyway, before I close up the monologue, I just want to remind everybody once again, till the 31st of May, I believe there's 31 days, right? I'm pretty sure I put in the 31st. until the 31st of May on preppernurse1.com. There's a 10% off sale site-wide on everything. So whether you want legacy long-term storage food products or merchandise, everything, 10% off. So preppernurse1.com. The coupon code is PREP10, PREP10. Simple enough. Just put in the coupon code. There you go, 10%. Anyway, that's going to do it for the monologue. I'll close the monologue up as always. God bless you all. We love you all. Be one with your spirit. And really seriously, think about what I've said. Talk to your friends and your family about what I said. It's up to us to fix this, not somebody that's voted into office. That's idealism. That's an ideal situation for us to be able to vote for somebody and fix it. Unfortunately, the system is far broken beyond that. Like cancer, right? If you leave a little bit of cancer in, it's coming back, right? We have to remove it all. We have to get it all out. And it's still going to come back, most likely. There's a good chance it's going to come back. But if we remove it all and rebuild it with decent, fresh people, just as if you were rebuilding with decent, fresh, healthy cells, then maybe we can at least extend the life of this constitutional republic.